And this is where we can actually re-turbocharge a business. And this is the exact methods we've used to scale our own business and multiple other clients to over 6 figures a month. So now we've shown you how to get traffic, how to book calls. We're now going to show you how to close calls. Now, if you're taking value from this video so far, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you watch this segment now and have a pen and paper, because this is the most valuable part of this video. This is essentially where the rubber meets the road, and this is how you actually make money in your business. Because there are only 2 things you need to do if you have an online business. You need to book a sales call, close a sales call. Now we're going to talk about how to close a sales call after booking them. And I've broken this down into 5 buckets: pre-call, sales call, sales script, objections, and have a sales team and how you scale that out. I'm also going to sprinkle in terms of how we use AI to optimize all of these flows and how we do this with our clients. So if we start the pre-call, this is where most people mess this up to begin with. And if you do this well, you know if you're going to close a call or not beforehand. So a lot of this actually comes down to framing. How was the sales call positioned to the prospect coming to it? Are they coming with being made problem aware and knowing that you have the solution? So like how this is positioned is really important. So one of the easiest ways to actually improve yourself from a framing perspective is to actually provide more value up front. Now, one of the best ways to actually do this is to send a prospect some type of long form content like this video before a sales call. So if you actually give them a value up front and you want people to absorb a lot of your content, Google did a study where essentially they need buyers need to consume 7 hours of your content before feeling comfortable making a decision. 7 hours is a lot of TikToks, Instagram Reels, dancing around. That's a lot. But long form content, that's easy to absorb. So this is where we want to push people in to your long form content, and you send people that manually before the call. You want to send them the most specific thing. Now, next thing we talk about is intel. This is where you want to be like ghost recon. Now, most people don't actually do this. If you actually prepare for sales calls, it becomes very easy then to actually close them. And you have to look at a couple of things. So when we look at intel, what do I look at for prospects? You want to go through their Instagram pages. You want to go through their LinkedIn. You want to go through their Facebook. And you basically want to make a profile of who this person is. Where do they live? Where do they go on holiday? Anything interesting they like? Do they like certain sports teams? Do they like certain cars? Do they have kids? Do they have a family? Because these are all things you can do to build rapport at the start of the call. Like, oh, Charlie, I see you support Man United. I used to be a massive David Beckham fan, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're creating trust because people buy from people. If you can create that connection and that like know, like trust factor, that will help a lot in terms of knowing positioning. Now, where most people go wrong is the show rate. Now, a lot of people's show rates tend to actually drop off a cliff as they scale their business. I'm actually going to add this in here. We'll talk about some KPIs of what you should be looking at in terms of like with the team and your own calls. Now, optimizing the show rate comes down to some very simple things. Firstly, if you have an issue with this right now, that can be a framing and a positioning thing. And it also can be an authority thing of either you taking the call, whoever's taking the call. So if I was going to say to you right now, you have booking a sales call with us and you're going to take a sales call with Alex Hormozy, I guess the show rate probably be 100%, right? Whereas the reality, if I told you it was Bob down the street you've never heard of or who's from some like random country and is a Filipino VA, you're probably less likely to turn up. So like having authority with that is huge of who's the person they're going to be speaking with. Now that person, as soon as the call is booked, should reach out manually to be like, hey, my name's Sam, I'm going to be speaking to you at XYZ. Charlie mentioned XYZ, really excited to speak to you. Also, here's a video I think you'll find really valuable to help you with some of the lead generation problems you have right now. They'll give you some questions that come to the call, so make sure you watch it. This is how we increase the show rate, we increase the framing, and we also have to have the intel to know to what to send them. And this is where it becomes down to being very specific in terms of communication. With the show rate as well, yes, you want to send people automatic email reminders, you want to send people automatic SMS reminders, but one of the actual big things you also want to look at that a lot of people don't think about is the call confirmation page. Like, what does this look like? How are you actually confirming calls? So an easy hack that I would do is on your call confirmation page, you want 3 things. One is a video basically saying thank you for the person booking a call. Say you have, I also mentioned that we have a crazy assistant who likes to cancel calls if you don't accept a calendar invite, so make sure you do. And there's instructions on how to do that below. Step 2 on that landing page is we actually show people how to accept a Google Calendar invite. It tends to actually happen that if you teach people the behavior you want, they tend to do the thing. Thirdly, was we have a long form piece of content on that page we want people to watch before the call. So this is how we really try and optimize our show rate. We'll talk about what the KPIs look like specifically for that afterwards. Next, we have emotions. Now, emotions are why people buy. Now, what do most people do when they fail at sales is they do this. They sell with logic. This is the basic thing that everyone defaults to. If you're a coach or a consultant, you go to the logic. Now, what do people actually buy from is emotion. So you have to understand that, which actually why the recon of knowing who you're speaking to, what makes them tick, is important. I've also gotten written, show frustration here. Why? Because if you show your frustration about how much you really care about this person, how frustrated you are that they haven't achieved X, Y, Z, then that's going to come through. And that's going to be truthful, and that's actually going to get them to buy. But one of the big mistakes a lot of people do is they have commission breath. They just come across very salesy. And this comes down into your sales psychology. You need to go into a call with a mentality that you're going to change this person's life regardless if they sign up or not. And ultimately, the number one thing people look at is their closing rate. So your closing rate is this very simple calculations. If you look at the close rate, so that's like percentage of calls that you will close, obviously book in, essentially comes down to sales skill, and this is going to be multiplied by conviction. Now, if you're not great at sales and you haven't got a huge amount of skills and experience yet, it's going to take a while to get better at this. However, straight away, you can get more convicted, you can get better in belief in your program and your product and how you change people's lives instantly, and so you can a team. And the easiest way for you to do this is before every single sales call, go and look at a client testimonial, go and look at a client written review, see how you've changed someone's life, and take that energy into this call, how you're going to help transform someone else. And that's the easiest way for you to increase your closing rate and actually make more money. It is as simple as that. But most people massively overlook this. Again,
now, if you enjoyed the clip, the huge thing that's happening right now is the AI revolution. This actual video and clip was fully clipped and posted by AI. No human being was involved. And this is exactly how you scale your business faster than ever before, is you use these types of tools. Yet most people are oblivious to them and don't even know how to do this. And if you're a business owner, a content creator, or a coach, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using AI, ads, and all the latest technology that's going to give you an unfair advantage, hit the link at the bottom of this video. You can book in a call with us and the team. We will audit your whole business, show you exactly how we can install some of these systems for you. And if we think you're a good fit, we can show you what that looks like.